very few topics to cover today in this short live. I'm going to talk about how you might want to sometimes act fast, what kind of properties to avoid, and then also what are the best approach to taking on properties. So if you've got questions, send them across. It's going to be a quick live today, but if you've got questions and I can answer, I'll answer them now very quickly towards the end or right in the middle if it's more appropriate. Okay. The number one thing, in my opinion, is act appropriately, okay? What do I mean by act appropriately? I might say act fast, but acting fast is only done when you're ready, okay? Now, this is going to link up to the third thing I'm going to talk about, which is the best approach. But let's just focus on acting fast, okay? Guys, listen. Now, there's a few kinds of people. There is the one kind of person who acts very deliberately, very slow, and that's fine. There's the other kind of person who acts extremely fast, quick decision maker, and that's fine. And then there's the middle guy who sometimes goes very slow and sometimes goes very fast. I am going to preach, let's say, for lack of a better word, an approach that says act fast when you're ready. So act fast when you're ready. How do you know that you're ready to take a decision? Use a system, okay? So let's talk about point number 3 right now. The best approach to actually investing in a property or any other decision that you make is use a system. Now, very easy systems that you can actually use is a pros and cons. Very easy system you can use is approach an expert who gives you a step-by-step process for your decision-making ability. Very easy system that you can use is highlight all the benefits of every single decision that you're going to get. And what's going to end up happening is your brain's going to start synthesizing and guiding you towards the best available option, and then you take a decision and you act fast. Now, smaller decisions, should you travel, should we not travel, your brain's going to allow you to be able to assess. In my personal opinion, just give it a night or 2 nights sometimes if you're not able to make a decision and synthesize the information to be able to act fast. Okay, now check this out. How do you actually act fast when it comes to property? If you've got a good strategy in place, which means that you sat down with an expert to make a plan, and then you went and looked at different kinds of properties within your budget. So you went on an educational trip. And then you did a pros and cons analysis and then moved into negotiating on a certain property. At this stage, you're going to be able to ready to make a decision. Now, if you're that kind of person who does not take a decision and deliberates, that's going to be detrimental to your long-term success. Because this is where you actually, because you've already done the homework, this is where you actually take the plunge and act fast and move forward with your decision. Now, if you've not done the entire homework, that's okay, no problem. You don't need to act fast. Then you can settle down and make a decision based on you being ready. So the approach that I'm encouraging is act fast when you're ready. When you're not ready, you're going to know, okay? Number 2, the third thing that I wanted to talk about was the best approach. The best approach is a systematic approach 90% of the time, okay? 90% or 95% of your life, choose a system. This is my opinion. Again, what do I know? I know what I know, okay? This works for me, so I'm just sharing my opinion. Maybe it doesn't work for you. Maybe you have a better approach to this. Share it in the comment section. What you would simply do is have a system on making a decision. When it comes to property, do a pros and cons analysis, and then it's very, very easy for you to be able to guide yourself to know which one's a good or a better property for you, okay? That's number 2. Number 3, last but not the least, the types of properties that you should avoid. Look, in the Dubai market, avoid overpriced properties at the moment, overhyped properties which aren't going to benefit you, but there's a lot of marketing collateral, there's a lot of hype around the property, but you're not getting real true value. And last but not the least, avoid bad locations. Believe it or not, Dubai is very small, but still, We do consider some locations to be prime, some to be central, and some not to be that great, okay? Avoid those locations at all costs. Guys, remember one thing, if you've got any questions that pertain to your property buying decision making, you can always put them in the comment section. Sanga, you guys bring the questions to me, yeah, please. Right? So these guys, my team will actually go through the questions, bring them to me and say, hey, is this a valid question that we can answer? And then, you know, if it's time bound and sensitive, don't ask there, get in touch with us and work with us. We do run a paid service, but then we're happy to help you guys. But if your question can wait and you're not in a super hurry, you can put it in the comment section. I'll always answer. All right, guys. So just to repeat what I said, the best, act fast when you're ready. Avoid the kind of properties which are overhyped, overpriced, and bad locations. Last but not the least, have a systemized approach to making a decision 90% of the time. 10% of the time, you might be able to actually make a quick decision. Okay, so I've got a question. How do you stay up to date with changes in the real estate market and adapt your management strategies accordingly? That's a good question. I think what you mean is, how do you stay up to date with the market changes with real estate changes in the real estate market and adapt your investment strategy accordingly? Look, one of the things that you should do is you should have a couple of very senior experienced brokers on your quick dial list, and you should talk to them once every 2 months, once every 3 months, and ask them what they feel about the market. And if you speak to those 5 brokers, like, you know, once every 2 months, right? That's not really like, it's not going to cause you a lot of time once every 2 months. Like, I'm not saying take them out for a coffee or a dinner or a lunch. Generally, they're not going to be that interested if they're not in it for a deal or something's not happening. But most of the time, they'll speak to you, call you. But see, here's the thing. A lot of people are in touch with a lot of brokers who have 1 year of experience, 2 years of experience. Get the 5 to 10 year brokers on your speed dial, and they're the ones you should be talking to, and they're the ones you should be asking. And maybe sometimes when you're in touch with them, they'll be the ones giving you the deals, right? So that's one way. Keep your ear to the ground. In this case, if you're not full-time into the real estate market, keep your ear to the real estate broker agent. They have their ear to the ground, okay? And over a period of time, you're going to figure out who's giving you good advice and who's just filming you, right? The other thing is, and how do you adapt your strategy? That's how you adapt your strategy, right? So I personally think that, this is now my free advice to you, I personally think that A grade or even B grade office space is going to be very hot in the coming 3-4 years, okay? Now, because we're in a short term, we're in a short term supply of low grade office, of high grade offices. We're in short term, okay, guys? So in the next 3 to 4, 5 years, high-end office space is going to make a comeback. Townhouses, I believe, 4 to 5 years later, we're going to go into an oversupply situation. 2 to 3 bedrooms are going to be in demand when it comes to apartments. We just have that family structure moving here. Dubai is, like, look at it. Dubai builds itself as a family place where you can grow your children. Does that say something to you? And we are in a oversupply of 1-bedroom and studios. So what does it tell you about 3-bedroom apartments? Okay, guys, listen, I gotta go. It's Friday. We gotta make Friday prayers. And I gotta go. There is a link below in the comment section. You can obviously get in touch with me, understand how our VIP services work for our VIP clients, so on and so forth. So if you'd like, just hit it, click it. See you next time. Bye for now.